Hello. How are you
Hello,
all?
hello, hello.
Hey,
Hello.
welcome to Twisted Perceptions, guys. Um, I am excited for today's game. We all have like a personal chat, all five of us are in, and it's kind of funny because I was telling them that I was excited for today's game, and then someone said a meme said, "Oh, DM excited for game. We excited for game. Wait, DM seems to be too excited for game." I don't think that's the case today. I just really enjoy playing with these guys. I'm sure some of you have watched us and have been watching us in session two, technically, and the people who are in our Whispers Bay server. If you want the link to that, uh, you can ask us and we'll give it to you. Like it's that quick. But if you want access to our Twisted chat in the Whispers Bay server, you got to become one of our patrons. Our first level patrons, I think, is a $2 tier, $2 a month,
Free.
and $3 a month. I'm sorry, $3 a month, and you get access to our Twisted chat where we often go into and play random games inside of the Twisted world. Sometimes we'll invite people who are a part of that Twisted chat to do. I'll DM sometimes. One of these players will DM sometimes. Everyone here has DM'd once or twice at
Nobody
least,
wants
I
me to
believe.
DM after what I
Uh,
did.
I mean, usually people don't want me to DM either, but
No,
here I
that's a
am.
lie. That is a
Who
lie.
loves
Why?
puzzles can go to David. If you want to think, go to David. If you want to hit things, come to the rest of us.
But yeah, thanks so much for showing up. I'll plug everything probably at our break about our socials and things like that. But I think everyone here is itching to kind of get into the game and figure out what we're going to do. Okay, so let us begin. Um, as a quick recap, all of you decided that you guys were going to go through the Ironwood Gauntlet. Who you thought to be, and probably from what this person seems has been talking, it still is your friend Naris, is put you through basically hell. She put you into a place that we were unfamiliar, and she exposed your team for what it was, a group of ragtag people. And you guys finally decided that you would work on something that a couple of you definitely did not want to work on, and that was your teamwork. With that being said, she sent you through climbing walls while you were blindfolded, sent you through mazes while you were blindfolded, sent swarms of monsters after you, and one of you came into contact with your deepest fear. And with that, you are all now standing before Naris. And as she's talking to you, letting you know that she cares for you now and that she will be there for you regardless of the situation, she pulls out a white porcelain mask that has the Roman numeral 1 on it and places it on her face. Her dragonborn companion stands tall next to her and folds his arms. And she looks all of you in the face. Well, are you ready?
Before anything, I need a question. I have a question to know what Az is going to do.
Your question?
Because I don't know if you're going to make me do a deja vu die for this, but does she remember fighting this specific council member from before?
I will have to make you do a deja vu die.
Okay, odd.
You do not remember off the top of your head uh, if you have fought this, but I will give you this. Uh, for the players, for the people who are watching, we did a deja vu outside of the session so that she could have something to think on for the week, so she would have some ideas of what's going on. As she puts on this mask, a feeling of doubt about your vigor for searching after all of the mask holders passes through your mind, as if maybe there was something there that you missed in your last go through with your team looking for all these guys. And as all that comes back, you see Naris wearing this mask saying, "Well, are you all ready?"
I'm always ready for a challenge.
She turns on her sunblade and just more than you know. And she's going to compartmentalize and process as she fights.
With that, she will go ahead and cast a spell. And she grabs her friend's shoulder, and you feel a gust of wind come from her feet, and both of them are standing 10 feet in the air.
Important question. Is it dark?
It is not.
Damn.
As she levitates above you guys about 10 feet, you notice standing behind her almost a diamond shaped piece of wood that seems to be attached at all angles and places in the center of this standing, and it seems as if it is almost beating, breathing, and living. And she says, "Then let's fight. I'm going to roll initiative for these two characters, and I would need everyone else to roll initiative."
This is where the fun happens.
Need to make sure I have the right character on the bot right now.
Yeah. Same.
Oop. Sean, you should be
Yeah,
so
I'm changing
glad
it
that
now.
that
I'm
was for
changing
the
it.
wrong
Yeah.
character.
Yeah. Thank God.
18.
All right.
Are you?
No! No!
Get it all out now. Get it all out now.
That
It's gonna be a repeat of last time. You had 3. We counted 3 nat ones last session.
I've already got 2 out of the way right now.
4. I counted.
Just for Ben.
Oh yeah, no, it was 3.
Yeah, just for me.
Oh God, Vin, you got a
Rolled it
nat one
twice.
again.
Again.
Okay.
Twice in a row.
So 1 second. Okay, so
I'll give
as
you the numbers.
Give me the numbers. So
As-
my number, one of my numbers is up first, and that will be a 27.
Jeez.
Azurus is 21.
Azurus has a 21.
Ramanor has a 19.
Ramanor
Sorry,
has a
that's not
19.
true. He has a 16. I lied.
Ramanor has a 16.
That is a 12 for Connor.
Okay, that means my other guy is up next with a 13.
Okay.
You said 12 for Connor.
12 for Connor and 7 for Vandana.
12 for Connor and 7 for Vintana. All right, cool. With that, I guess Nowaris is up first. She's going to take a movement speed, and as she does, she looks down at all of you and she says, "I will not hold back." And she takes 30 feet backwards into the air and then holds her hands out like a cone, and then out of nowhere you see almost a blizzard show up in front of all of you. I need everyone here to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oof.
Damn.
Ben is the only one. She got higher.
Yeah, you guys are the only one. Vin, you're the only one that made. You take half damage.
Hold on. Then gets a 20. Actually, that's.
Oh, we
not-
all get +3. Right?
I'm,
Yeah.
hold on. I need to recheck something real quick. Those numbers may be slightly different for the initiative. They are. So it's 22 for her.
So add 1 more to us.
Yeah, add 1 more to each of them.
Okay, for their
Which
initiative
makes
checks.
which makes Connor a 13.
Okay,
And I guess do however you want that.
nothing
to happen.
changes. Nothing changes.
But each of them also has a +3 to each save. So that's a 9 for
Yeah, no.
9 for
Wait,
Connor,
it does. It still doesn't save.
14
it
for
made for
Azurus,
Azurus. with a
Azurus, you
14.
save 2.
and then
Well, no, you don't.
20
I'm sorry.
20 for Ventana.
You do not save. Ventana, you're the only one that saves.
Half damage. What
Half
kind of
damage,
it
cold
cold?
damage, cold damage. She opens up her hands and casts cone of cold, and 1, 7, that's 12, that's 14, that is 17. 17 points of cold damage. Actually, no, that's also +5, so that's 21 points of cold damage without the save. Half on a save.
Okay, so 10. Okay.
So 17 cold.
I am going to uncanny dodge this if I can.
You sure can.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. So it's half of that.
Yep. Yes, boss.
So 10 or 11?
you're going to take 10. We round down. And then from there, um, wow. She then raises her hand, and a wall of flames appears, and everyone needs to make another dexterity saving throw.
Professor!
What?
Yes,
She can cast 2 spells per turn?
she
That
can.
would be a 20, a nerdy 20,
That's fine by me.
spicy 20.
Yeah, it's dex.
21. That's a
Woohoo!
save.
I'm getting my ass burned again for the second time in 2 weeks.
23 Azurus, 11 Connor,
Honor.
24 Venthana, and 21 Ramanor.
I can't do anything
Oh,
about it.
wow.
The dice hates me.
You said 11 for Connor?
Yes.
11, yes.
Okay, Connor, I think you are the only one that doesn't make the save.
Wait, how much cold damage we take again?
21.
Jesus.
So with the save, is it half damage?
Yes,
What's the damage? On the wall of fire.
I'm looking. 26.
That's the half or the full?
The full.
Oh,
So I'm taking 26 points of fire damage now?
Yes, you are.
Okay.
And as you are up,
that was half math.
as with your eyes, you can see that this mask that she's wearing is giving her some type of boost. You don't really know what kind, though.
She's like 30 feet back, 10 feet in the air, right?
Exactly.
She is going to stick her sword in the ground as before, pull out her bow, her longbow, and is going to shoot. Okay.
Go ahead, roll an attack.
27 to hit
27 does hit.
with 8 damage on that one, and I get a second one. 13.
13 does not hit.
Yeah, no. She got it with 1. It was 8 damage.
All right, cool. As you shoot your bow and arrow through this wall of flames that is starting to subside, you hit her directly in the shoulder, and she pulls it out with no wincing at all and just cracks the arrow. She said, "Work with your team, and you might do a little better." And then she drops it. Is that it for you?
Yeah, I've only got 2 attacks.
Ramanor, go ahead.
Actually, she's going to move closer. She is going to move a hell of a lot closer.
Okay, you are passing underneath the Dragonborn. He's 10 feet in the air. He does not get an attack of opportunity. Go
Nope.
ahead. Ramanor.
Alrighty then. Ramanor will cast at second. No, sorry, he's not going to cast. He's going to use his feature for a brain. Why is my brain not working? Channel Divinity.
Uh-huh.
He's going to look at
It's a good
each of
time.
them, and a symbol of the Wild Mother will float over to each of them and place itself on their chest. And for a minute within 30 feet of me, so long as each of them is within 30 feet, they have advantage on intelligence, wisdom, and charisma saving throws.
Okay, cool. Anything else?
What? Sorry, that's everyone else but Ramanor.
That's fine. Not only is he your tank, he is your support.
Yes. So that was his action. As a bonus action, can I do anything? Spells. Make sure I'm not messing anything up here.
No problem. No problem. Once we get a little deeper into combat, we'll have to move turns along a little faster, but the first couple turns, we can knock off the cobwebs. No issues.
Okay. He will cast, as a bonus action, Divine Favor
Okay.
on himself.
Sounds good to me. Anything else for you, Ramanor?
That'll be it.
All right, cool. Our next enemy, or I guess just person we're sparring with, is up. And he's going to look at you guys, and he's going to open his mouth and scream at you. And everyone besides Az needs to make a dexterity saving throw. He is using his breath attack.
Ooh.
That's a 17 for Ventana.
17.
Yeah, nah. You know what?
Connor.
I just need to know if you roll higher than a 9. Yeah, don't even just
All right.
That's
pretty
that's
boys on the floor.
17 dexterity, 14
Oh,
dexterity.
yeah. No, Connor, no. Frick.
So 17 for Ventana, 14 for Ramanor, and 8 for Connor.
Okay. Just so Connor knows that I'm not lying, I'm going to send this to the team so you guys can see what I rolled.
Oh,
I'm scared.
I feel like you rolled max damage.
Mm-hmm.
1 second. Boom. Okay. So that's what I rolled. So as he breathes out, Connor falls to his knees and then face plants onto the ground. And everyone else takes half damage because you guys saved. But that would be
No,
12
no,
points
no.
12 points of lightning damage. Once you take all of that damage, Connor then falls to his knees and face plants. And you can see that he is very much alive, but he is struggling. And from there, he is going to expend his movement speed to come down 10 feet and to move 20 feet towards you. And,
He's moving past Azurus then.
no, you moved past him before because you moved your.
I was getting her right in front, like right under them, because she was just gonna.
You got right up under Norris. Norris was 30 feet behind him. He didn't take his full movement
Right.
speed back.
Right.
So he comes down and goes 20 feet towards Connor, and as a bonus action, he casts Spare the Dying on
Okay.
you, and you are stabilized at 1 hit point. He says, "You are out of this battle," and he walks back very quickly. He doesn't walk back, actually. He just kind of looks at Ramanor. Vin, you're up.
All I will say is,
okay.
Connor, when he kind of comes to, just flicks him the bird and just says into the ground, "Fuck you."
Oof. All right. Ven is going to use her bonus action to convert her first level spell slot into a sorcery point. She now has 2 sorcery points.
Okay.
She is then going to cast Mind Sliver using one of the sorcery points and twin it at both of them.
Okay, cool. Tell me about Mind Sliver.
You drive a disorienting spike of psychic energy into the mind of one creature you can see within range, 60 feet.
Okay, that's fine.
Both of them are in range.
They sure are.
The target must succeed on an intelligence saving throw or take, for her level at level 10, is 2d6 psychic damage.
Okay.
And if they succeed, they don't take the damage. But if they fail, they take the damage, and both of them subtract a d4 from their next saving throw until the end of her next turn.
Okay. They both fail.
Okay.
Wait, what's the DC again?
17.
Okay, yeah, they both fail.
Okay. So it's 2d6.
Okay, cool. Go ahead. Roll your damage, baby.
Mind Sliver. Yep.
10 psychic damage.
Yeah, to both of them. We're going to twin it, so it's the same. For both.
All right, cool. Tell me how you do it.
She's just gonna like hold out 2 fingers, like point it, not like disintegrate or anything, like just point it at both of them and then just split off. So it's gonna be like, and then beams come out of her fingers.
Sounds good.
Right
So
in her
what
eyes.
happens is now is they decide, they look at you and they say, "All right." And as you twin this at them, they both immediately seem as though they've been taken aback, and they kind of both writhe internally and then both kind of look at you.
How do you like when people fuck with your head?
And then we're back up to Norris. Is that it? Is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do you want to take any movement before I say your turn's completely over?
She'll back up like 20 feet.
Sounds good. So as you do that, we get back up to Naris. So you are, my friend, as you are right under Naris, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
See where this goes.
She's going to look at you and just says, "You're the brave one. I know." And with that, she's going to cast Sunbeam at you directly down.
Yeet.
Go ahead and make your saving throw.
What's it? It's con.
Yep.
18.
21. She within 10 feet of Ramanor?
No. She.
Then never mind. 18.
1 second. Doing some thoughts here.
Scared. Is scared.
All right, cool. You said, would you roll?
18.
You rolled an 18. You, my friend, I don't even think I have that many d8s. What the fuck? Did I say that out loud?
Yeah.
Yes,
So
you
I
did.
didn't save with an 18.
That's a d8. No, you did save, but you take half damage. That's a d8. That's a d8.
I almost
That's
died
a D8.
inside.
Okay, I'll just roll that many d8s twice. Okay, so 1. That's 10, 18, 19. 2. What is that? 20, 28, 23. Well, that's 33. I'm sorry. 35. 35 halved.
And I'm going to uncanny dodge. So that it comes down to 16?
Yeah. 16 damage.
Wait, how much did you say?
35 half, yeah. No, that's no 35
17.
halves. Yeah, 17, and then half that will go to 8. You take 8 damage.
Okay.
You take 8 radiant damage.
Cool.
And then she takes out her shillelagh and she throws it at you. She just chucks it at
Yeet.
you. What's your AC?
Right now it's going to be.
It doesn't even matter. She misses. She throws her. Well, actually, does she? Let me check her. I always forget to check my
I
character.
used her reaction to uncanny dodge, so I can't use her thing to make it a 22.
Oh,
So
what's her? She might actually hit. What's your AC?
It's an 18 right now.
An 18. I rolled a 10 plus 7. I rolled 17.
You missed by one.
So she
Yeet.
misses, and the shillelagh digs itself into the ground, and it seems as though the wood underneath you opens up and takes the shillelagh in and spits it back out, and she grabs it. And as it's your turn,
She's still 10 feet up in the air, isn't she?
she sure is.
Yep.
Connor, you have. I'll say this before she takes her turn. Connor, you are technically out. You are no longer allowed to fight, though you are allowed to still be in combat if you so choose. Do you still want to be in combat? Which means that you can choose to continue to fight, but know that it would be going against the rules that they have set.
He's not gonna take unless they physically chain him up. Knowing the fact that they're still there fighting, he's going to be in there fighting. So if they
Gotcha.
want him out, they
Understood.
need to chain him.
Gotcha. Well, they're not going to chain you. All right, cool. Go ahead.
As will keep shooting because it's all she's. Well, I have a question.
Sure.
Could she potentially tie the end of her rope to an arrow as she shoots it up at Naris?
You sure could, but I'll say that'll take you 2 turns. So the rope will be in action. To tie the rope around the arrow.
Nah, she's just gonna shoot her, and she is going to be shooting at the mask.
Okay.
So we go pew pew.
That AC is going to be a little higher to hit then. Keep going.
We're gonna try anyway. Damn.
A 12 does not hit.
16 hit?
16 does not hit if you're going
I'm
for that.
just gonna scream. She is going to use her action surge right now.
Go for it.
So that means I get to attack 2 more times. 19?
It hits.
Whew, 11.
All right, so it digs into the mask, and you can see that the arrowhead is pointing out the side of the mask, and there's blood on the arrowhead. And she grabs the arrow and then holds the mask and pulls the arrow out and says, "You're very smart, you know." And she throws the arrow. What are you doing with the other one?
She gets one more. 26
That hits hard.
and another 11 damage. So she shoots it at the other side of the mask now, kind of like an even mark and the exact same point on the opposite side of the mask. And she's like, I was smart enough to kill you last time. I don't know if I'll do it again, but I will if I have to.
Okay. Cool. Is that it?
Yes.
All right, Raminor, you're up.
No more action surge.
Okay.
Connor, you're on
So-
deck.
Flying and the other dude's on the ground.
He is currently on the ground. He just cast Spare the Dying on your teammate. As you saw, he walked up to him, and he kind of had his hands in like a prayer motion, and then he just touched Connor's shoulder and said, "You are out of this game." And then came back, and then he kind of side-eyed you.
Okay. I will move up to him,
Okay,
within 30 feet.
sure,
Cool. And he will just make 2 attacks.
sure.
That's not what I meant to do. Okay. Oof.
A 9 hits.
Not. How?
10 hits.
Okay, let me roll the 2d4 extra damage. Okay, so that's 5, 15, and 20 damage total.
20
And
damage
on the
total.
second hit, he's gonna pump a second level divine smite,
Okay.
and that's what 3d8.
I think it's
I think
4. Divine Smite is already no.
it's 2, and then
Yeah,
each level
so
above
you
is
get
one more, right?
Yeah, you get one more. So 3d8.
That's the 12, 32 damage total.
32 damage total. Okay, cool. As you swing down at him, you see it like scrapes his back, almost taking off a couple of scales, and you swing through to the side too. And then you see him kind of steal himself almost, and as you channel your smite into it, you kind of throw him about 5 feet backwards.
That's
Is it-
actually a thing you can do with his feet. So yeah, he will
All right, cool.
yeet him back 5 feet.
You throw him back about
Then-
5 feet. Anything else you got going for me?
Don't have anything. That is all.
All right,
He will
cool.
just ready his shield and wait.
All right, cool. No problem. All right, now that you've raised your shield, it is his turn actually. So
Let's exchange blows.
you know, you're right. So he jumps back 5 feet or so, and then another 5 feet, and then he puts his hand to the ground, and then all out of nowhere you feel rumbling, and then coming up from under the ground, surrounding him in a 10-foot circle, is a floor full of spikes. They seem to come up to about half his height, which is about 2.5 feet in the air. Um, and then from there, he grabs his weapon, and he also was just holding a shillelagh, and he readies himself for anyone's next attack. Vin, you're up.
That's not
Are
exchanging
are the
blows.
two opponents
Oh
within?
no, Connor, you're up because you decided that you want to stay in the fight.
Yeah,
All right, you got 1 hit point, Connor.
that's perfectly fine.
No, it's not.
No. it's
Az
not.
turns and looks at him and is just like, I'd like you to stay alive. Back off.
He takes what she says into consideration.
No, he doesn't. He absolutely does not consider it.
Actually, he does. Because the distance between Connor and Azurus is how far?
You would currently be 30 feet behind her.
30 feet? Okay. Because he casts Mass Cure Wounds directly in between, making sure that he hits all four.
Okay, cool. Go ahead, roll me some curing spells.
9.
Well, yeah. I mean, she's been dodging things, but it's still.
19.
That's 19 health points back.
Everyone gains back 19 HP.
Well,
Hell yeah.
19 HP.
And I technically cannot cast any more spells because I cannot cast Spiritual Weapon as a bonus action because I used a freaking level spell. Which is fine. That's fine. He's going to get up and he's actually going to... Let me see, what else does he have real quick as a bonus action? Okay, he actually uses his Channel Divinity to regain a level 2 spell slot.
That's a good
As a
move.
bonus action.
Uh-huh. Anything else?
No, that'll be it.
All right. Cool. Yeah.
Az just. That was a good idea. Just. That's okay.
Okay. Are Nyrus and the Dragonborn within 20 feet of each other?
No.
No. Okay.
No.
Then she's gonna look to her sister and see that she's been fighting the one with the mask, and she is going to.
Then, as you start to think about what you're doing, you notice that on the spikes that this Dragonborn has showed up, flowers are beginning to bloom.
Oh no.
That.
Oh, sus.
Not flowers.
Burn it.
She's
burn
just
it,
gonna ignore it, and she's like, she wants the mask. She wants to pull this chick down. That's the one that she thinks did this to her. So she's going to cast Thorn Whip out,
Okay.
lashing around the mask if she can.
Okay.
Okay. Nope. Sorry. 12.
Does not hit.
Does not hit. Okay.
Not flowers. Romano might get distracted.
So then, for her bonus action,
Nature once again betrays him.
Yes.
Just like the twig and the tree blights.
so she still has her movement and her bonus action.
Yeah.
Is Azura still sitting next to her sword?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Would you allow? Okay, because as a bonus action, she can use Elemental Gift to cast Fly on herself for 10 minutes.
Okay.
Would you allow her movement to move up to Azurus, right? And as she casts Fly on herself, grab a hold of her and lift her up with her.
You are 50 feet behind Azurus.
It was a great plan. Just the execution does not work.
Yep. All right. She's just going to use bonus action to convert another first level spell slot then. So she has 2 sorcery points still, and then it's going to be the end of her turn.
That's fair. All right, cool. Then we're back. Well, now we're back at the top. Naris looks at you all and just says, "You are quite strong, and I'm excited to be your friend and work with you. But until then, we will fight like we are enemies." And with that, a giant, what almost looks like a sunflower, appears behind her. And then from there, all of you notice that everything around you changes. Everything stops being the center of the ironwood, and it looks like it becomes a thick brush forest. You look around and you see the sunlight peeking through the canopy of the trees. You can smell the grass in the air, and it smells like it's almost freshly rained. The only thing that seems to be the same are your teammates that are there, this giant flower that just randomly grew out of nowhere, and the dragonborn with his spikes around him. And as that happens, she seems to sink into this sunflower, and then out of nowhere she appears out of one of the flowers on the spikes from the dragonborn, and she holds her hand out right to Ramanor. And Ramanor, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
60.
You said 16?
Yeah.
That does not save.
Do you get the bonus still or no?
I
Do
don't
you?
get a bonus. The
Oh,
no,
you
just
don't.
what
Yeah.
I have.
Oh,
It's
it's
not a
everybody else.
bonus for him. It's a bonus for everybody around him.
Gotcha.
He already has that +3 applied to his stuff. It's just yours doesn't because character sheets aren't linked.
Got it.
Take 39 points of cold damage.
Holy.
She casts Cone of Cold right at you with her hand in your face, and she says, "You are the sturdy one. Let's see how well you can hold up."
Yeah.
And there
Saying
goes my
that-
divine favor.
Saying that to the cleric nearby. That's what's taking all the hits.
You said your divine favor. What does that do again?
My divine favor is gone because I couldn't concentrate on it.
Oh, okay.
Damn, that hurt.
Um, and as you do that, she looks at you and she says, "This is holy armor. You do well to please the Wild Mother, I'm sure." And then she reappears in front, over top of Az from that sunflower, looking down on her. And she says, "Let's fight seriously now. Can you make a Arcana check?"
Oh boy.
These are such backhanded compliments considering she's just consistently harming us. Like, yes, you're
It's
brave.
fine.
Let me hurt you.
Make me
Yeah.
an insight check.
Me?
Yeah, you.
22.
22. Then you know that she
Damn.
That's an end roll right there. That's what that is.
then you notice that she cast hallucinatory terrain. You know where you are isn't technically real, but does it feel real? Yes, it does.
Got it.
Wow, I really wanted you to succeed on that. As
Was the 3?
I was about to say, can Connor just be like looking at them like, what the fuck is going on here?
sure,
Can-
Connor, you got a high ass passive, and actually, yeah, since she did something to you and kind of made it what it sounds like a passive aggressive comment, I want Connor to make an insight check, and I also want Ramanor to make an insight check.
Hey,
I got a 10.
that's a 7.
Y'all are doing terrible. Wow.
Our dice does not want us to know what this woman is thinking.
I can't rightfully give you an insight check,
Nope,
Vince.
nope,
So,
don't worry about it.
No, that's totally fine.
Connor, you get the sense that they're not necessarily serious about hurting you, especially since this person like came and cast Spare the Dying on you. They're not necessarily serious about killing you, but they are willing to go to great lengths to test you. As you're blinded by rage.
Yeah.
Ramanor, You're still sad about the milk that they didn't bring. So yeah,
No, he's sad about the milk that they
that was
gave
that was
him. That was
spiked.
They betrayed him.
No, he's not sad about that.
All right, Az, you're up.
She's not on the ground yet, is she?
No.
Mm, I hate this so much. So does Az. She's set up for more than one reason. And we'll just she's going to shoot with her bow again because that's all she can do. Here we go. 15.
That hits.
Oh, okay.
Unless
With
you're
that-
aiming for the mask.
No, she's aiming at her.
Yeah,
She has
yeah.
something very specific she's doing.
Sure.
15 hits. She is going to use one of her superiority die.
Yeah.
To do distracting strike, which means I'm about to roll it, and no, not distracting, maneuvering strike. I add that to the damage roll, and I allow a creature that I can see or hear me to use its reaction to move up to half its speed without provoking opportunity attacks from the target of your attack. So she's going to use that. I'm going to roll the extra damage. Ooh, yes. 15 damage, and is going to maneuver Ven. So Ven can now move up to half her speed.
Right now.
Yes.
All right.
As her,
Ven.
yeah.
And what direction would you like to move?
And she's gonna turn to Ven and like, come on, sister, we're taking
what
this
the
one.
hell?
We just lost Ven.
Oh no. Oh no. And all the
Reload for a
cameras
second while
did
we come
I'm
back
things.
for
so
our-
glad of the fact that you have a second setup ready for this entire situation. Then we'll be back. But in the meantime,
That maneuver was so powerful, it yeeted Ven from the call.
Oh no! Oh no!
Is he even active on Discord? No, his Discord quit. I feel like his Wi-Fi probably died.
I think his laptop may have died.
Or his laptop.
Nope, he is back online.
Oh,
I'm waiting. He should
Hi
be
guys.
back
Things happen like this sometimes. It sucks.
in.
Internet.
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 crash.
His internet crashed. And
aha!
hello,
We're back.
friend.
Except
Well,
now everybody
that's
swapped
involved.
over. Crap. This is gonna be
That
fun.
was fun.
Hey, let's give David a round of applause for having scenes ready for all of us at any point in time, ready
Arrangement.
to go. I am watching our Twitch stream as things are going right now, and so we just know that like David works hard for us, and we
David's been-
know, and he really cares. So yeah, thanks so much. James is also clapping at you. So
I love the rearrangement. I am now Ven, Raminor is Azurus, and Ven is Raminor.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
everything is-
I am not changing that right now.
We don't have time. It's okay. We understand. Do not act like the other characters. I will fight you all.
Aww.
I will
I'm done
actually
with
kill
the
you.
milk.
I will actually kill you. So you better worry. But okay,
I'll
cool.
have to change
We're
all
back
that
into
much
it.
to be like Ven.
Vin.
Yeah.
You
Then-
can move them around in Zoom, by the way.
Yeah.
So it's a quick fix if you want to do it.
Vin,
Yes.
I need you, my friend, to move half of your movement speed anywhere you may choose.
She's gonna move half of it towards Azurus.
Sounds good to me.
Which that's like you have like 30 feet, so that's 15 feet, which she was 15 feet behind, which means she's now right next to Azurus.
Cool.
No, you were 50 feet behind.
Oh,
Yeah.
5-0.
So 35
you're
feet
still
behind.
closer.
So if Azurus takes 5 feet step back,
No.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, she's not gonna
Raminor.
Back, she wants to hit this woman.
I have fixed the
Raminor.
solve. We're back in
Raminor.
position.
You are up, Raminor.
Okay. I will as a bonus action, cast div- Searing Smite
Oh shit.
at second level,
Okay.
and then move forward to Mr. Dragonborn Man.
Uh huh.
Do I have to do any rolls to get through the spike thingies?
You do. You have to roll. Give me a dexterity check.
3.
You do not get through. Actually, I'm sorry. Your movement is halved once you get up to the spikes.
Because can he still reach?
He's 10 feet into the spikes. So you walk
How
about five
far
feet
was
to
he
get to this. Walk about 5 feet to get to the spikes. So that's 25 feet. Once you get to the spikes, your movement is then halved from there. So I would assume that you still get into the center.
Cool. He'll get up to him and then take his swings.
All
Oh,
right, cool.
I didn't roll my second attack, my longbow.
Oh, too bad.
Sad.
That's a 14 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Those both hit.
Roll 2d6 for the Searing Smite. Okay.
Are you adding your smites?
Yeah, I'm gonna add my Searing Smite, which is 9 damage,
Okay.
and then I'm going to add a first level Smite. So that's 16, 26, 35 damage.
All right, cool. Wow, that's a lot of damage. You just
That's
swipe
rough.
down, and you see him hit a knee for a second, and he looks at you and he says, "You are indeed quite strong." And he stands tall. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, let me check Searing Smite real quick. Okay, go ahead. It's his turn, I think.
Yep, it is his turn.
Make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Yes, boss. That is a 20. I was going to say 20. That's not a 20. That's an 18.
God. Okay. No extra fire damage. Instead.
Okay. Okay, cool. So as he does that, he takes his shillelagh and goes to hit you real hard. Let's
Good
find out.
luck.
Nature betrays you, Romanor.
Does a 24 hit?
By 3.
Okay, cool. Luckily, shillelaghs don't hit very hard. That was cocked. I'm sorry. That is 9 plus 6 plus 5. I can't count 15.
What?
Huh?
Shillelaghs don't hit hard. And you just said 9, 6, and 5.
Yeah. He gets a plus 5. Also, and then it's 3d6. So 5 plus 4 equals 9, and then 15 plus 5, that's 20. 20 points of bludgeoning damage.
It's not hard at all.
Romanor is unconscious.
Oh,
You took out the 2 tanks.
What kind of shillelagh is that?
How is it that our tanks get taken out before anybody else in this group?
That's the way it's supposed to be. But then again, the two of you are focused on one person, and we got our asses beat.
At least I'm doing damage.
As Ramanor goes down, Ramanor and I. Okay, guys, this is part of our world building. As Ramanor and I talked about this earlier this week. As Ramanor goes down, Ramanor, I need you to make me 2 death saves right now.
Oh, what?
14.
Success. 2 successes.
All right, cool. Ramanor, they look. The Dragonborn looks at you and he says, "You look healthy enough for it." And as you are coming back into full consciousness, you see Naris, Vin, and Az, and Connor. You see this too. Naris drops her shillelagh and puts out her hand, and that diamond-like thing that was in the background that seemed as if it was almost living appears in her hand. And as that happens, she disappears again into the sunflower. Um, and she reappears out of the spikes. And she walks over to Ramanor and says, Ramanor, you are very strong. I can give you something to make you even more powerful. This will protect you as well as my ironwood forest. Would you be willing?
Oh yeah, sure.
Um, before she goes and does this, she looks at all of you and she says, would you be willing to stop combat? We really wanted to test Ramanor, and we think he might be the one to take the heart of the Ironwood.
Connor is just gonna go. Connor, as this happens, because he kind of has a gauntlet and an amulet on him still.
Sure.
He's just gonna go, sure, and then
Cool.
he's gonna put both of them on.
Okay, cool. I need you to roll me a Constitution save.
I forget as much. Because he's. Wait, I'm supposed to have something with Con. I know that. I'm supposed to. I probably don't because I was looking at somebody else's sheet, right? No, never mind. Ignore me.
All right. Cool. You
got a
take
9.
7 psychic damage.
That's fine.
You start to hear your own thoughts and hear your own words as if it's becoming a feedback loop all up in your own head and in your body. And yeah, do you snatch it off or what?
No. Connor is going to actually just flinch and he's going to focus his mind in order to wear it. And if anybody looks at him, they're only going to hear and see him muttering, I'm not falling again to anything.
All right, cool. I need you to roll me another Constitution saving throw then.
16.
All right, that saves. It starts to slow down, but you can still hear it looping in your head, just your own thoughts and your own words. Whatever you say out loud is repeated back to you in your voice in your head, and whatever you think is repeated back to you in your head, almost if you're hearing things 3 times all at the same time. And then Naris looks back at you. She says, "Those aren't for a single person to wear. That's for a team." And she says, "Now, are we doing this, or do you all refuse? Your friend Ramanor seems happy to help."
Az turns around, aims her longbow at her hand where the heart is, and just,
Okay.
You are going to finish this fight, and I'm going to get answers before you ever lay your hands on my friends.
Okay.
Eldritch Blast, right, ready.
Okay. Do I need to send you a picture? I just rolled a natural 20. She looks at you, and in the best and whatever way she wants, she is trying to be as intimidating as possible. I think currently the only person who is within range to not be intimidated because of Ramanor's effect would be Connor and Vin, as you are not inside that range currently. And
no,
she said,
actually, Ven wouldn't be
Nobody's in
because
range.
it's a 10-foot.
"Oh, it's just
10
10
foot
foot.
radius.
Oh, okay, Vin, you are not in that range either." And she says, "I am no longer trying to fight. If you wish to die, all you do is say it. I am trying to help."
You make
Ew.
one move to hurt them, and the truce is over.
She looks at you. She says, "I would never break a promise. I am here to be your friend, and I think your friend here can help us. If he has agreed, and I will not touch him until you know that I am not trying to hurt him."
Everybody just calm down. I'm just doing a favor for what was your name?
Norris, Romanor.
I'm just doing a favor for Norris. I mean, what's wrong with that?
She's staying
Romanor,
quiet.
and she
She's
she
staying quiet.
she looks at her. She looks at you and she clarifies herself. She says, "Romanor, this is more than a favor. You are taking the heart of my home, the heart of my people, and I think you may know. I think you may gain things as well as lose things taking this on. Will you take this, Romanor?"
Of course. If you need
Hearing
somebody
that
to
part,
take it, I'll take it for you.
Connor, without thinking, is gonna take off the amulet that he has that matches the gauntlet, and just goes, "Romanor, wear this," and just chucks it at him.
All right, cool. Romanor, do you catch it?
You will try.
All right, cool. You go ahead and grab the necklace, and then Connor, you can hear Ramanor's thoughts. You can hear what he's thinking. And
Milk.
and you in the back of your mind, you realize that Ramanor genuinely is not worried. Ramanor currently feels as though everything happens for a reason, and that the Wild Mother deems it so. So if it's in his face, that means it needs to be done.
Just kind of playing in the back of his head. I don't understand why everyone's so on edge.
Yeah, Connor's
Clearly
just gonna
this is
look at
supposed
the
to
other
happen.
two, like, I got him covered.
Az hasn't fired, but she also hasn't like stopped aiming.
You guys in lowered.
Neither is Van.
No.
Van's just
Okay,
like
cool. That's perfectly fine. She hands Ramanor this almost beating piece of wood. Ramanor, do you take it?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Ramanor, as you take this piece of wood, it seems to sink into your hand. And as it does, you can feel it travel through your arm almost all the way to the center of your chest. You can
Painful?
feel, not necessarily, no.
Okay.
Um,
Just a little uncomfortable.
a little uncomfortable, but
Huh.
then you feel it sink into your chest and almost start to protrude. Um, and you feel what feels like tendrils grasp your heart and begin to squeeze just a little. And then it goes past your heart and touches your spine. And you can feel almost shock waves into your spine. And then what goes from there is a flow of emotion, a flow of memory, of people, of wars, of flames, of people dying, and things of that nature. As you look deep into these minds, you realize that these are not your own memories, but the memories of the forefathers of the Ironwood, the people who created this forest to house all of these beast folk who do nothing but want to live happy and healthy lives. And you see the wars that they had to fight, the people who died in their ranks, and the people who they had to kill for that to be the case. And as you come to, you feel your body kind of jolt back, and you're back to yourself. You can feel this heart of the ironwood embedded in your chest. Ramanor, you are now back to full health, and you have effectively had a long rest.
Did Connor get any of that from the connection?
You get Ramanor's mind,
You
and
just get. Huh. That's weird.
yeah,
These aren't my memories.
just for a hot second, you
Huh.
hear in his mind, "Oh, this is not good," and then he goes back to his normal self.
Buddy, what happened?
Am I hearing that mentally or?
Yes. Well, are you saying it out loud?
No, he's seeing it mentally.
Okay.
He's also testing out the link. He's just like, is it one way? Is it both ways?
It's kind of weird, but I feel great actually. Feel like I just slept.
Okay. Connor, at this moment in time, is just like, this is getting freaky as hell. What the hell's going on? Alright, nope. Deal with this first, then fix him. That's the plan.
Are we starting the fight again or?
Naris she just says, "No, I think we've had enough of all of that." And she extends her hand at you, trying to help you up.
clasps on, and it's just like encompassing her entire arm.
Yep. And an amazing. Well. Okay. No. She struggles to help you up. She struggles to help your large self up, and she's like, "All right, come on, big one." And she, as you get to your
Oh.
feet, she says, "Wamanor, if you have the time, I would like for you to take off your chest plate so you can show your teammates what has happened."
I suppose. He just starts unbuckling leather pieces.
Yeah.
Drops the big metal pauldrons.
About 10 minutes goes by, and you see a hairy chest of Ramino because he's a furbolg. But from there, you see what looks like a piece of wood, almost in a diamond shape, on Raminor's chest. And it seems as though it's embedded in his body. And there are wooden tendrils wrapped around his back, underneath Leek's armpits, and over his shoulders. And Naris points at Raminor and says, "This is the heart of the Ironwood. And without a wielder, the Ironwood would die. I wanted to give this to someone, and I very well could have taken it on either, but I have," and she like takes off her mask and looks at it, "other obligations. I trust he would do well, and this will do him no harm, only good. But one day he will need to return to the Ironwood."
I mean, I don't see why I wouldn't want to. There's a nice place you have here.
And as
Lots
walk
of
up,
animals, plants.
Sure.
and as walk up and punch Naris in the face.
Sure, she's going to let you do it.
Cool. As she is at this point, because it took a lot of time to take off the freaking breastplate, has taken down her longbow, her sunblade is now just the hilt on her belt, walks up and just right in the face.
She takes this punch, her head cocks back for a second, and then she sits for a second, and she like looks back at you, and she says, "Feel better?"
Ramon
No.
will interject himself in between the both of them.
Absolutely not.
Hit her again, or better yet, let me do it.
Hey,
Connor, seeing all of this, is just going to.
She just points up at Roman and she's like, "No!"
Connor is just going
Absolutely
to
not.
snap his finger and cast common motions on everybody.
That's a
They-
save, right?
Naris waves her hand, and this giant cube of a hallucinatory terrain just disappears, and you guys are back in the center of the Ironwood.
What's the save on calm emotions?
It's a 16 charisma, which we all have advantage on.
19.
Charisma save or check? Save?
no,
Save.
the advantage is not on.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
because
So yeah, it's a charisma save.
So it doesn't do anything to Az, and
Never
she
mind, it
stares
doesn't do
Naris in
anything
the
to either
face.
It doesn't
and
do
just-
anything to Ven either.
Ramonor already is calm.
She looks at Az, and she says, "There seems to be something you are very angry with me about. Would you like to talk it out?"
Now, I need to clarify this before the next thing. When we were at the table in that place where the group kind of gathered
Sure.
and grabbed the gem sending stone, and we saw that thing, was it number 5 or number 8 that they were after?
You saw that it was number 5.
They were after number 5.
that you remember from the person who like cast the wish spell. This is
No.
number
There
5.
was a vision when we were
Oh,
at the
number
table
8.
and pulled out the
That'd be-
sending stone.
That'd be number 8.
Yeah, they were like, number 8 has done something.
Yeah,
We
they
need to,
said
like-
that number 8 needs to be. Number 5 said that they need to kill number 8 because number 8's going to cause the destruction of the world.
Cool. She looks at Naris. I need to know more about number 8. And no, I don't want to talk about it with you.
She looks a little shocked because she then looks at her mask, which the holes on the mask are gone. They seem to have healed themselves. And she says, "How do you know?"
Are you going to make me tell you, or are you just going to tell me? You think I'm going to give you anything?
Connor's just gonna kind of like slip in. He's just like, well, we
She
kind of
will
met a
deck him if he tries to get in the way.
Yeah, he's just.
Does
gonna
he try
ignore
and get in between them?
it. He does before you blow a gasket. Anyway, he kind of
Can
like.
can I deck him in the face? Can I make the unarmed attack?
If you want.
With
We'll do
guidance
it.
From then.
14.
No.
I don't think that's gonna hit.
No.
You do
So-
She
D4.
misses.
Connor just like
Huh?
moves out of the
D4.
way.
Oh,
Right,
out of
right.
D4?
Yeah, Ren gave guidance. She's sitting
15.
right next to you, so.
Connor
There's a
still moves
15
out of the
hit.
way of the fist, and he just goes, "Well, when we kind of all met up, we ended up finding a special stone which allowed us to listen to you all.
Oh, so we're going to tell her everything.
Did I say everything that you've told me? No, I'm just saying what we overheard.
She didn't need to know.
Who cares?
You saw the mass. You saw the people.
You don't tell the enemy we're onto them.
Number one, I don't
she
know about
sits-
that enemy.
She sits back, and a chair of wood just appears behind her, and she says, "Let's talk in detail, shall we?" And you guys, everything goes black, and you appear at a round table that has a red stone in the center. And as you guys look around, Connor, you notice that you are no longer in the center of the ironwood, but you are at the top of the ironwood. What do you guys do? She's sitting at the head of the table.
Would Ven
what would
would
be
have
the
heard?
head because it's circular. So
Why is there a similar table in the necropolis?
Az is trying hard not to just get up and whop her in the face again.
now, if you
Dominor-
can tell me what it is, the problem you have with me, and it seems as though you know of the existence of the council. So let's just come right out and talk about it.
Well, first of all, why are you causing us to envision things in our minds? Why
That
do-
was I assume she kind of chuckles. She's like, I assume you have come into contact with the tree. Am I correct?
There was a tree, yes.
That wasn't me. That was the tree. That tree grows naturally here in the Ironwood. It shows you the thing you're most afraid of. Do you want to talk about that?
Not with you.
She looks at you and she says, I understand your boundary.
And she's gonna walk away.
She redirects her attention to the table at large. Well,
Dominor is not really paying attention, but is kind of in his own head, making a prayer to the Wild Mother.
I know that Connor's hearing all of that, but he's just trying to push it off to the back of his head for now.
you can choose not to hear people's thoughts.
Oh, good to know. Yeah, at this moment, he's just shutting off Raminor's mind from his own. He's like, I don't need to hear this right now. Then he just like looks to her and just goes, first of all I know is that I met them on a road. She was looking for a gemstone. And the gemstone she was looking for was on a table similar to this in the necropolis, which we inadvertently heard about the fact that one of your own said that one of yours is going to destroy the world.
She thinks for a second, and she takes her porcelain mask out from her pouch, out of her face. I'm sorry, out of her pouch, and just sits it on the desk. And every seat except one is occupied with a shadow. And then all you see is a number on every shadow's forehead. One is an elf. One seems to be a Loxodon. Everyone else you can't necessarily make out what race they are.
Are the seats within arm's reach of each other?
Yeah, all of them are within.
Are we sitting in the seats as well, or just
you are standing behind the seats.
cool? Az is going to punch the nearest seat.
Cool.
The
It goes completely through.
I figured
And-
wanted to hit it anyway.
And then you, the shadow you punch, the elf man, it's like, well, I see we have a warm welcome. You called us here for some reason, didn't you, Naris? What's up? and they all seem as though they have kind of a pleasant relationship. Um, and Norris looks and says, "This one seems to have a grudge against us." And the elf, it sounds like it. Um, what about this are you having issues with?
Connor's gonna walk around the table and look to see who's there and what number is missing.
You look around and you see that the number 8 is missing.
Where's this one?
As you're looking, Norris looks and says, "Sounds like you've caught wind of this too somehow, but number 8 has gone rogue.
Is number 5 there?
Number 5 is there."
Connor at this point is just gonna look and says, "Oh, okay. Should we find him for you?"
You see Norris speak up, and you think for a second, and you're saying, "I think this is something that should be handled by us."
This is glaring, like, there's just like fury in her eyes staring at number 5. She hasn't moved.
Okay.
She's staring.
Number 5 has all eyes on Norris. The elf speaks up again and says, "How do you even know about us? We are an extremely secretive society. People have seen our masks, yes, but they have no idea what they mean. So you have something that lets us know."
We stumbled upon you
How?
accidentally
How?
because we went to go find a gemstone in the Acropolis, and apparently you guys were having a meeting. And that's how we found out.
You see the elf wearing the number 6 look over to number 5, says, "Isn't that where you're supposed to be stationed?" Number 5 speaks up and he says, "Well, I had to move, and that's it." And number 6 speaks up again and is like, "Always short with words with this one." "Well," and Nara speaks up, "I don't think any of you really have the ability to fight someone of our stature just yet."
As finally talks, and she's still staring at number 5 and just, "I spent 10 years hunting each and every one of you down. Don't you doubt how far my hate for you will carry me. Especially," and she takes the hilt of her sunblade and points it at number 5. "That one."
As you do that, you see Norris go, "How have you spent 10 years looking for us? You don't look older than 25.
This one, and she like puts the hilt down and points with an angrily trembling finger. "This one used beyond strong magic and changed things."
Good, we're glad she froze. She was saying way too much.
Lost everything.
You froze.
You know, it's gotta quit on me at the dramatic moment.
Of course.
No, I saw that happen.
Connor's just
Saw
gonna
it happen in the middle of Connor
as-
just like,
Connor would just be like, "You told me not to say anything."
oh,
and
she's just
yet you're
beyond angry now.
Just the only thing going through Connor's head right now is, "Emran, give me strength right now. Give me the strength to get through this."
Romanor is still praying. He's hoping to get an answer, but
Yeah, I'm sure you are.
She's too, like, being faced
Connor
with
goes
the person
straight
that is the
over.
reason she has to be this way is far too much for that rational thought.
Connor goes over to Ven and just says, "Take your sister out of here now. There's one thing for me."
You're unmuted, Sean.
Right. Then's going to kick off the wall where she was leaning, walk up to her sister, calmly put her hands on her shoulders. I think it's best if we both leave. Right now.
And she'll just turn around and walk out, knowing that there's no way she's going to get to do what she wants.
Then we'll follow. And as her way out, she's going to look at Connor. You better know what you're doing.
I gotta fix this somehow. So anyway, so he goes back to the table.
Naris looks at you and says, Connor, I believe she has the wrong thought about the council. Does she know that we all are here to keep the world in check and to serve the world, not necessarily for the greater good, but to keep the world moving forward?
First of all, I know nothing about any of you. It's happenstance that actually brought me with them. Secondly, I don't really care what the hell you guys all do. But something has actually triggered her. And these last couple of days, weeks, whatever, have made me come to realize that she has a reason for it. I have a reason for helping her. So, you can say all the words you want to say. But as it stands, there's only one person here outside of those three that I believe and I can trust. So I figured that this was going to be a discussion between us and not everyone here.
She puts her hand on the table and all of the shadows disappear. And she looks at you and she says, what do you want to know?
First of all, for her reaction now, means that she was telling the truth about everything that she ever told me, which is not my place to share. So at this moment, and from what I remember last time that we interrupted your meeting, is to keep an eye on 5.
She looks at you and she says, well, none of us actually know who each other are. That's the point of the council. But if what you say is true, then we might have something on our hands. And she kind of stammers for a second. She says, the closer you get to 9, the stronger they get. So, number 5 is very, very powerful. I am indeed the weakest. My name isn't Norris. That's the alias I use. My name is Temal.
Then, Tamal, I hope that my trust in you, in telling you what I've told you, is well placed.
I do not seek to kill anyone or anyone in the council, and I cannot help you find them. But if you've stumbled upon number 5's quarters and found nothing, then there's got something there, and I can't tell you where to find them. Where were you headed before this? You were headed to Orsted, right?
Yes.
That's the town of the circus. My sources tell me that number 8 lives there. But again, I don't know who he is. Or she, for that matter.
That doesn't matter. We stumbled upon one of you by chance here. We'll possibly stumble into another somewhere else down the road.
She looks at you. She says, "Well, you're always welcome in the Ironwood. Like I said, that will not change."
Yes, but now I need to deal with this mess.
If she wants to fight me, she can.
Now, something tells me it's not worth fighting you. And also something tells me on top of that that you are not our enemy.
She looks at you and she says, "Good, good." The entire room lights up. And you see that there's a magical circle in this room. And as you do that, as you see that, perceive this, another man clouded in shadows with the number 5 shows up again and says, "You're getting a little too hot on my trail. Don't make me kill you too." And he disappears. And she says, "Well, that was incriminating."
Yeah.
Who did he direct that to?
Connor.
Is there any sign of a spell being cast?
Yeah. Yeah, you want to roll an Arcana check?
I'd like to cast a counterspell.
Okay, sure. I'm assuming you're just going to cast it at your highest level.
Yeah, well, the level that counterspell sits at is 3. So
All right, cool.
that's
Well,
the highest that I have.
yeah, you cast Counterspell, and then okay, so sure, we'll retcon all of that, and it just the magical circle appears, and then nothing happens.
Well, no, when he disappears.
Oh, when he disappears? Okay, sure, yeah, that's fine.
Oh, so it means that he stays in the room for a little
It's
bit
like-
longer.
Yep.
Yeah, so does that, like, directly counterspell, or is it like a higher level and I have to roll for it?
Give me a roll.
I think that's just spellcasting modifier?
Mm-hmm.
Hold on, let me double check. Counterspell. Would be +7. +7. As long as the spell is 8th level or lower, I just counterspelled it.
You just Counterspelled it.
So
His visage
5.
disappears. The spell is what
Oh,
was
so-
keeping him there.
Well, I guess that if you didn't believe me before, now you definitely believe me.
She says, "I can still do nothing to help you."
I wasn't asking for your help. You said that you're a friend and an ally. I wanted to warn my friend and ally.
Understood.
So, that's a bad guy, right?
Yes, that's the same one that said that Az knew that Az still remembers from last time from the necropolis.
Huh. And has said the rest of the council were supposed to be bad guys too. Supposedly.
She says the entire council's bad, but clearly there's something else going on.
Ramanor, even or odd?
Even.
Okay, Ramanor, you remember thinking through all of this, being on the hunt, and then you being who you are, you were just with your friends, and you were convinced that on everything that Asvin and Connor were convinced on, and you remember very clearly dealing the final blow on Naris, throwing your hammer at her, crushing her rib cage, but she's standing right before you.
Huh. I'd like to formally apologize. I kinda killed you at some point.
Nara still seems to be just so taken aback by all these having done things that clearly haven't happened and things like that, and it's just like, I forgive you. Now go. I have other things I need to do, like warn our other council members.
Yeah, but if we
Okay.
find 8, we'll
Huh.
see what we can do about making sure they're okay.
Is Ramanu's armor on him
Thank
or
you.
just sitting on the floor?
It's on you.
Okay. He will
You guys walk
step
out,
with
and the
caution.
stone door closes, and the seam between the door and the wall seems to disappear.
Interesting.
So are they back near that bar they were at before? In the area?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. With that, we are taking a break.
Okay.
Alrighty, be back soon, guys. Hello, everybody. We are back.
Hey.
Ramanor is just going to be a little bit AFK, but he will be back shortly. So, big guy is just lounging in the corner, still praying, waiting for an answer. But apparently the voicemail is full.
We're just waiting, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ford, do you want to talk about our socials and stuff?
That's what I was just about to do. So, friends, hello. Welcome back to our Twisted Perceptions game. Very accurately named Twisted Perceptions, obviously. And yeah, just welcome to our game. And we have decided that we're going to make a whole thing out of this, okay? So, I'll give you my spiel very quickly, like I do almost every game, where it's like, we have a Patreon. We have a few different tiers that come with a few different things. I believe our Patreon link is in our TikTok. We have a link tree. It's also in, I think it might be on our Twitch channel. Shaq is in charge of anything social media, so she knows intimately all of that.
Not on TikTok, because TikTok hates you putting links up in your bio.
Oh, okay.
It's
It's
on
not on
our
TikTok,
Instagram.
but we have it on our Instagram, which we have on Instagram. Whoa. And yeah, so basically, what goes on in our Patreon is there are 3 different tiers, and with those tiers come 3 varying levels of availability or ability to get involved into our games. Our highest tier allows you to suggest things like NPCs. Sometimes you might be able to become an NPC in our campaign and join our Zoom call and be on our Twitch stream. That's a possibility. Sometimes you'll have chances to vote on things NPCs do, which will then just kind of throw me for a loop because I'm the dungeon master. But the reason why we have the Patreon is not for us to live. We all got jobs. We all pay our own bills. We're all good in that regard. The reason why we want this is because all of us live in different states, besides Riley and Shaq, and we want to be able to play Dungeons and Dragons together in person. If you enjoy watching our games right now, imagine how much you'd enjoy watching our games with me getting to just torture them in person. Just kind of like the seething anger that would come from them for that. It'd be great. I think it'd be great. And yeah, it'd be a lot of fun. They get to see my army of dice in person, things like that. So if you guys really would like to see that, we'd love for you guys to join our Patreon. If you want to give us a one-time donation, perfectly fine. We get it. Like, we're just coming off of a panorama. We're almost
Pandemic.
close to the end. Sure. And we're trying to figure it out. And so, yeah, we're here and we're doing our best. And I'm not Matt Mercer, but hey, we're doing it. So, yeah, if you like what you're seeing, if you like what you're hearing, if you like, please, as things gain steam, we'll probably push this game out to other places. Like, we'll probably start uploading our games to YouTube. If we gain enough of a following, we could even throw some stuff onto Spotify and stuff like that for podcasts. So that if you don't want to really care to watch the game, but you would like to listen to the game, we can get that together as well. So yeah, please follow our socials at Twisted Perceptions. It's a lot of fun. Shaq is doing anything social media. She's planning our posts. She is curating them. She's editing the videos. I honestly think the videos she's put on our TikTok are quite funny. And just it kind of like shows the dynamic of the team because Connor keeps getting hit. So without further ado, let's jump back into the game. Also, one of our TikTok is almost at 1,000 views. Who would have thought that? So hey,
Yeah.
One of Connor getting bonked.
yeah, I forget which one it was. Maybe it was when he got thrown into a
TikTok loves Connor getting bonked.
And
tree. Yeah,
Ramanor's kind of back, but I'll be eating food, so
yeah.
I can either do that with my camera on or camera off.
It depends. I don't know if the people who watch our game is into that kind of stuff. All right, are we ready?
Always.
All right, cool. You guys jump back. You guys are now officially back in the tavern. Ramanor, as you're walking towards the tavern, you hear in the back of your head it says, "Everything happens for a reason, right?"
Nom,
Does he
nom,
recognize the
nom.
voice?
You recognize it to be the Wild Mother.
I mean, you're always putting me in the place I need to be in.
Then continue to follow.
Are we certain who the bad guy is?
She looks. She doesn't look. She can't see her. Um, you hear a
Pauses.
pause. You hear a pause. And you say, "That is for you to decide. I trust you, Ramanor."
Okay.
And you feel this link kind of break. All
Okay.
right. Connor and Ramanor, you guys walk to the tavern to see a seething Azurus Zerosa.
She's just sitting there. And instead of just instead of, glaring holes in the floor or at anyone, she's sitting and she's looking at the table and there's nothing on her face. Absolutely nothing.
Connor goes to the bar, gets 3 ales. Nah, he gets 4 ales because he's not giving him milk. Pays for it, comes back over, puts the ales in front of everybody, sits down, looks to Az. Well, he decided to give us another visit after they all left. And he said that he pretty much wants my head. So, yes. Number 5 is currently our target. And
Doesn't answer.
apparently, number 8 lives in the city of the circus.
No answer, and her expression does not change. She doesn't reach for the drink. She's just sitting there.
Ben's gonna slide the drink closer to her. Would you take a drink?
Ramanor, a man walks up to you and hands you some oat milk, and he says, "That's not lace. Don't worry." And he walks off.
Oh, thank you.
Connor
Just
to
start
him.
drinking the milk.
Insight check. Don't trust milk anymore.
Connor's gonna take the other ale then and just drinks them both slowly, sipping
Hey.
at them.
I was gonna have that too.
You either drink the poisoned thing or the other. Gives him back his, like, you know what? I'm just.
I'm only messing
I
with
give
you. You
up
can
on
have
the-
it.
I give up on the milk. Continues to drink it. So it seems like a next course of action to possibly give us a lead on one of them is where we're originally going to go anyway.
Well, good. Are we trusting the rabbit?
I don't see why she's not trustworthy.
She's just staring right at Connor.
Personally, I believe she actually wants to help us. Secondly, even she was surprised when number 5 came back into the room and threatened my life. So something tells me that regardless of what, she sees us as friends and allies. So for the moment, I say we trust her as far as we can throw her.
Smart.
And we let and see what the future holds.
As you guys finish your drinks, you all feel immediately refreshed, as if something has healed you. Everybody, take a basically long rest your sheets for me.
Oh, thank God.
Wait, I get another one?
Yeah.
Nice. By the way, do I get anything from this Heart of the Ironwood, or?
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
And you also have the amulet on, and I have the glove on.
Yep.
Mhm.
Connor, now that you've kind of had some time to relax and like breathe a little bit, you look at your hand and you notice that the glove has begun to fit the form and shape of your upper arm, your lower arm, and your hand, and it seems to have become fingerless. You got a golden fingerless glove with some gems on it, buddy, and it fits your hand perfectly.
Sweet.
You just got a Gucci gauntlet.
Apparently
Whenever
so.
Az finishes her drink,
Give me an investigation check, Connor. Az, go ahead. What are you saying?
she just pushes the cup away, stands up, and walks outside.
Okay.
Then follow.
Okay. With that investigation check, Connor, you notice the glove and you notice that the gems kind of wiggle inside the glove.
You know what? It's been weird enough anyway. I'm not going to. And he actually just pats the glove. Just be like,
One of the gems pops off.
eh? He reaches for the gem. Does it do any? Is it a gem? Is it not a gem?
It's definitely a gem.
Tries to put it back on the glove.
It basically magnetizes to the glove again.
And he just kind of does that to all of them to make sure the fact that they're fitting back on the glove. That way they don't wiggle.
They all pop off and then remagnetize, but they still kind of wiggle a little bit. Seems as though there's a reason why they come off.
I'm going to definitely have a long. I need to stop doing that. Anyway. He's gonna look at Romanor and just be like, so, do you think that Az is going to punch me tonight or tomorrow on the road?
I'd like to think she won't punch you at all, but from her past behavior, kind of depends. She snaps out of whatever she's in right now, probably tonight. If not, she might get her attitude back tomorrow on the road.
Probably tomorrow she's gonna punch me in the head, telling me I'm stupid for putting on the gauntlet. That's fine.
All right. One of the little men comes up to you guys and is like, well, we can put you up for this tonight, or you can be on your merry way, whatever you want. What else is it? He has like keys in his hand to a door, to a room.
I think
What do you
it's
think, Connor?
I think it's best if we actually rest for the night.
And he hands you a set of keys.
Takes the keys.
Lady Norris said you only needed one room. And he just walks off.
Pet.
Huh.
I am definitely gonna get punched tonight now. That's what I'm hearing. Okay.
What do you guys do? You guys just go ahead and sleep for the night, or you want to do anything before you all go to sleep?
Well, he's gonna go check on the girls, make sure the fact that they're fine.
Okay. Ladies?
As all she did was walk outside, summon Katai to her shoulder, just leaned against a wall. And she is which is a familiar movement to Ven for her, is drumming her fingers right here on her right arm,
Okay.
above the armor. But she doesn't do so when Connor comes out there, like she just is that way, hasn't moved. And Katai just turns around and looks at him and just
Seeing that, he just looks at them and says, I will give you guys some time together. We have a single room inside to rest for the night. And actually rest instead of this magical relaxation that they gave us. So this way we're properly ready to go in the morning.
Thank you.
And he's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm just gonna go now.
Good idea.
Romanor, who was still inside, will, after Connor leaves, step up to who would most likely be the innkeep,
Sure.
or at least the person running it currently. Now that Naris is not
Welcome
here.
to that same small, what seems to be an elven man.
Could I purchase another room?
Lady Nara said she wanted you guys to have the same room. I have no reason not to sell you another one.
I mean, I've got no problem sleeping next to everybody. I just wanted to give the ladies their privacy.
That's fair. It'll be 2 silver pieces.
Oh, no problem. He hands him a gold.
He looks at the gold, and he hands it back to you. And he says, "Yep, that's real gold. Okay, cool." And he hands you some more, another set of keys, and he just walks off.
Huh? Okay. Takes the key. Goes to walk outside.
Okay, cool. You
Probably
walk
bumping
outside.
into Connor on the way.
You see Connor kind of like slowly backing away from the girls.
Hand on the shoulder again, like when they first met. No.
just as dangerous as the horde of vampires.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe a little more.
No, definitely. This is if Connor was ever asked, horde of vampires or angry as, he'd say, "Give me the horde."
Give me the horde. I know, right here, horde. Don't even give me any weapons. That's fine. That's still better.
Yeah, I'll deal with that. I will deal with that. Just give me that.
You okay?
I'm peachy. I'll be in the room. And Connor just continues walking up to the room, opens it, leaves it open for Ramanar to actually get in, and just sits on the bed against the headboard and just stares out the door for a while.
He'll walk up to Azurus and Ven. Oh, I mean, you got us a single room for the night, but I figured you two would like some privacy, so, got you a room. He just holds the key out to the both of them.
Ty blips his tongue out and takes the key and just holds it in his mouth.
Always a little cute one there, huh? Just always cute. Okay. You two have a good night. I'm gonna go find the room that, Connor went to. He just kind of turns around and walks back.
All right, cool. As Ven, anything to say? Anything to do, or you just want to go to your room?
Ben's just gonna be there.
Eventually they're gonna make their way back inside. Az just goes straight to the room. She takes the key from Katai when she has to get to the door. Just unlocks it, finds the bed, lays down. She doesn't even take off her armor. She doesn't take anything off. She's laying there with all her armor and weapons and just lays down.
Ben will fall asleep.
Yeah.
Okay.
In the ring.
You guys all wake up the next morning fully rested. Nothing's changed. You guys seem pretty safe. Um, and you see the sun peeking through the windows. What do we do?
Connor's gonna head downstairs, order breakfast for the group, pays for it, and then when he gets there, he will actually go up to where the door to eat to the rooms and just knock and be like, "Here's breakfast."
Are you bringing breakfast up, or they're saying your breakfast is
No,
ready?
I would. He would actually bring it up.
Mage Hand opens the door for him, and she's still just laying there. Actually, no. Let's see. By the morning, she's sitting there, and she's just kind of adjusting her equipment on herself.
Yeah, he brings over 2 plates to them, sets it on the bedside tables, and just goes, "Enjoy. I'm going to go get Roman or his." Turns and starts heading out again.
Takes her plate, starts eating.
Does the same for Romanor, leaves him his, heads back down, and starts inquiring about horses.
Ramonor was passed out on the floor where he had set up his bed.
Puts the plate on his stomach.
No, he would have put it like right by his head, and just nudge him, be like, "Rom, Rom,
Huh,
there's
what?
food."
Oh, there is. Why is it sitting by my head?
Because that way you didn't have to move that far. Go eat. I'm gonna go inquire about horses. That way at least the trip is faster.
I don't think any horse is gonna be able to hold me.
You'll be surprised. He heads down, starts looking into getting horses for the group.
All right, cool. You walk around and you find what seems to be just like an old man just sitting there brushing horseshoes away.
Good morning, sir.
So, well, hey there. The only reason you come talk to me is either you might think I have some money or that you need a horse. Which one do you think?
The latter.
Okay. How many in your party?
There's 4 of us, except that one of us is a furball.
Oh, a furbog. I have a rhino
That would be ideal for him.
or a carriage.
Actually, the carriage is probably better off.
Rhino.
And the worst part of all is he kind of just quick message the mental connection back over. Would you like a rhino or a carriage? And then he gets the rhino back. He's like,
Rhino.
"How much would it be for the rhino and 3 horses?"
200 gold.
That is the same amount of gold we need for the armor. We don't have that. How much is it for the carriage?
150 plus the horses.
Brother Goddess, I wish I was not this poor. Stupid vampire fangs are still not worth enough. Thank you, sir. It's actually what I needed to know. I appreciate it.
He looks at you. He's like, "You want me to bring the carriage around?"
Yes, I would. I'd say yes, except for the fact where I don't actually have. My group does not have the gold to pay you.
He looks at you and he says, "Huh? Tell you what. Do me a favor and I'll give them to you."
What's your favor?
He starts to shuffle around. Excuse me, while I get my life together with my unorganized dungeon master screen. 1 second.
Now the question is, which screen is it on? Is it on screen 1, 2, or 3?
7 actually. Maps. That's a tomb. That's Granzam, I believe. Oh yeah, that's the wrong one. Yeah, we don't want that one. Y'all have not gotten anywhere near there. Okay.
When the fear sets in, everybody.
What are you talking
Oh,
about?
good. They've planned
Nothing.
everywhere.
Nothing. Not at all. Nothing.
Listen,
The DM already has encounters planned for 5 months in the future.
listen. I just love you guys. You know?
Screw you guys. That's the wrong pipe.
Are you okay?
I'm good now. I'm good.
Are you sure? Oh, there it
That
is.
was
I'm
a
sure.
spit take.
It was a spit take. What the fuck?
Cool. We are here. I have it. Yay! It's hard to remember the
Thanks.
names of everywhere. You know that.
Yes.
All right. So he looks at you and he says, "There's an island, uh, right, just east of the Cyan Sea, just off of the way from the Wary Stronghold. Uh, there's some things there. They're terrifying. I just want them taken care of. If you can get rid of the creatures there, the horse and carriage are yours."
Connor stops for a minute, hearing the name.
Of the Cyan Sea or the Wary Stronghold?
Both, because those would actually be on his way. He would have remembered them.
So currently you are in the Ironwood Forest. If you look at the map, you're in the Ironwood Forest. Orsted is just up into the east, I believe, and then
It's up northwest.
that's Orsted. Yeah, I'm sorry. And then to the east would be up. That'd be northeast to the Wary
Yes.
Stronghold, through the Sand Hills, and that little archipelago is what he's talking about, just up from there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, guys, if you are our tier 2 patron, you would get access to this map that we're using. I built this map. I love this map. It's my baby. They've seen the map, obviously, and they really love it. I think, maybe.
Yes.
And there's a lot of cities. There's a lot of cool places. There's terrain. There's some markers on this map. I have sadly will not give you guys access to those markers. It has a lot of lore that will be given out as the game continues. But yes, we use a map, and currently they're in a place called the Ironwood Forest. They're in the center of the Ironwood in a secret city inside of the Ironwood Forest. They're going to a town called Orsted, which is just a little northwest of that. And what this old man is talking about currently is an archipelago that's just northeast of the Ironwood Forest. I apologize. Go ahead.
Connor would at least know where it's located, and he would just stop and be like, "Do you have a set time you want this to be completed in?"
No. I'll get word if they are taken care of. And if they don't, next time you come through, you owe me 150 gold.
That's acceptable.
Now, what about the rhino?
Sending a mental message back. You are not getting a rhino because none of us actually have 200 gold to pay for said rhino. When we come back though, we could if we have the funds, as well as the armor, you can get your rhino.
I'm not worried about it. Whatever we can get.
I will get you your rhino when we come back.
Okay.
We just make sure we make over 400 gold for this trip.
I'll try my best.
I know you will. So he actually puts his hand out to the old man. Be like, "Well, I accept, but I will try to convince the rest of my party to accept." And
He shakes
deal
your
with
hand,
this.
and he brings out 2 strong-looking horses and a large carriage.
Takes the carriage. He gets in, and leads it back over to the tavern, to the inn. parks
Okay.
it outside, and then once again sends a message over to Ramanar. Get the ladies. We have our ride. Let's hit the
Okay.
road.
Ramanor will step out with his empty plate to remove the women and knock.
Mage hand opens the door again, and Az is just standing there, kind of cleaning her sunblade hilt.
Well, looks like Connor got us some form of transportation, and looks like he's ready to get on the go. Can
Well,
I
that's
take your plates
convenient.
for you?
She mage hands over the plate.
Take it, stack it on his. Ben,
She'll walk over, give him the plate.
takes it, turns around, and starts taking it to the kitchen area or whatever to give it back.
Sure. That was good. You walk downstairs and set the plates onto like the bar stool, and the little elven man just kind of grabs them and kind of saunters away. Vin, and what are you guys doing?
After he leaves, Ven's gonna turn to her sister. You alright?
I'm fine.
Good.
Transportation makes our lives a whole lot easier. And she's just acting like absolutely nothing like last night happened at all. Nothing's wrong. She
Ven's
pushes
awesome.
off the wall and
Ven's-
walks downstairs.
Okay. All right. Well, before we proceed, I think it is only fair for me to warn our players and our viewers that I will like to put a large TW trigger warning over this. The last little half of this game will have some very intense scenes that I will probably describe in very strong ways. So instead of me trying to hold back for surprise sake, I would like to let anyone know that if you feel triggered by hanging or things of that nature, please do not continue to watch. I would rather our views go down than someone be brought to tears over something like that in a bad way. Understood? If one of our players feels uncomfortable, please feel free to drop, and I can fill you in with less gory detail later. Understood?
Yep.
All right. Cool. Let's continue then. What are you guys doing?
Connor's just been patting on the horses, checking out anything else on this cart, seeing what things that they may need, may not need.
The horses seem to be pretty strong. The horses seem to be strapped in well. What you do notice about this cart is that on either side of the horses there are places that can hold weapons, things like a sword or maybe a hammer, things like that. So it doesn't have to be held on your end. But also you have a carriage that has a door and a roof, so you could also place things inside of there too. So yeah.
Az is gonna walk out, and she's still got Katai on her shoulder. She walks up, hands out for the reins.
Well, Connor's actually by the horses, so he's not even near the reins.
She goes up, grabs the reins, and takes a seat.
On the carriage?
Okay.
Ramano was gonna do that.
There are
Connor
two horses.
Connor just looks as like, okay. Takes one of the horses.
Ramano will step back out. Look at Azura sitting on the carriage seat to the horses. He'll step up to each and every horse. And since he can
Just two.
speak to beasts. Well, the carriage. Oh, I guess so. It's two horses drawing a carriage, and then
Yep.
people would sit on. Okay. Um, you'll walk up to both horses, and just kind of do a thank you for taking us where we want to go. Um, I'll make sure you're fed, and really appreciate it. And then he'll go and sit in the carriage
All right,
because
cool.
you can't ride one of these horses, or
The
you get hard headed.
horses just kind of nod
Encouraged to.
almost at you. They almost kind of nod at you, and yeah, everybody's in the carriage. Are we moving along?
Yep.
All right, cool. I'll say we'll cut the time normally in half. Normally you would get to Orsted by nightfall, by foot. But I'll say with the horses, it takes you about half a day. Um, as you guys just go through the day, you're running through the Ironwood Forest, and after you make it outside of the Ironwood Forest, you find yourselves at grassland. You guys are continuing to just walk through. Do you guys want to have any conversations while this is going on, or should we fast track straight to Orsted?
Well, Connor would, since everybody's together, tells them, so, just to let you all know, I got a deal for the actual carriage and horses, except where we need to go to the Wary Stronghold at some point to deal with an issue past it in the archipelago by the Cyan Sea. We do that, we don't have to pay for the actual carriage and horses. We don't, we go back to the Ironwood, we have to pay the man 150 plus.
Lovely. One more place we've got to go. On top of everywhere else. She's just saying that without looking back, like as she's taking the carriage.
All right. Yeah, I don't see any problem with doing that.
Whatever.
So as you guys leave the Ironwood Forest, you come into flat grassland. You can see that the Black Sea to the west is viewable, and the Cyan Sea to the east is now viewable as well. Now that all the trees have cleared from your viewing, as you guys near Orsted, you seem to catch wind of music, and it's very stereotypical music for a place that all of you may have been when you were small children. You hear the sound of a typical circus. Um, you walk around, as you like heat over this hill, you see what seems to be, and I mean, when I say this, I mean huge circus tent, almost the size of the city of Lamps. You see this circus tent, and you hear just classic circus music, da 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 da, and you jump into this, and you realize, those of you who haven't been here, Orsted is a city that is a perpetual circus. You look around, you see animals walking around with tamers walking in front or behind them, beside them. You see that there are people who are walking tightropes. You see clowns. This place is what is now called, but the city was originally called Orsted, but ever since coming under the rule and the care of the game master, has recently been named De Solè, this town. And now you realize that you're in a town that is quite literally a circus.
Ramanor watches animals go past with tamers and just kind of frowns a little bit. I hope you take care of them.
Welcome to Orsted.
Sorry to tell you, big guy, probably not. Never taken out my fair share of circus folk. You'd be surprised the business they get into.
You see a man at the end of just kind of the roadway that you guys are currently on, and he is kind of screaming to the crowds, "Come on, come all, come fight and see if you can gain an audience with the game master." And as you do that, you guys realize that he is pretty much talking about a gladiator's fight.
Az kind of tilts her head over her shoulder. Well, that sounds like our ticket in.
This would be fun.
As you guys start to slow down, a little boy tugs on Az's shirt or pants and says, "Ma'am, uh, do you have any spare change for me? My family, we're very hungry. We haven't been able to perform for a while. We were sick. We've made no money."
Insight check
Sure.
on the child.
Romanor is
Because
already leaning
Az
down, holding out a
trusts
gold.
No one.
Don't forget guidance.
Romanor is
Well,
already
That's
leaning
much
down,
better
holding
than
out
the
a gold.
3 we got earlier. Hey,
All right.
Az just kind of.
You can see that this boy is pretty hungry, and you can see that he doesn't seem to have any reason to lie to you. As he like takes the gold from Ramanor, and he's like, "Are you sure? This seems like a lot."
As sure as I can be.
Az flicks
Go
over
feed your
silver.
family.
He like grabs the silver, and he looks like his eyes are gleaming, and then he just runs off, and you see he runs off to a woman with no legs, and just she like smiles, and then she looks over at you and she nods with a giant grin on her face.
I never did like the circus. So she's gonna find a place to park the cart, tie up the horses so they're not gonna wander away. She kind of arranges herself now. She's on the ground, looks to the others. Oh, are we gonna pick a fight so that we can then get to the person we need to get to?
Romanor is already speaking to the horses. Just stay right here. If anyone tries to do anything to you, make a lot of noise, okay?
One of them just kind of right at you.
Alright, sounds good.
While Ven was in the carriage, she would have reached into her bag, pull out a dagger, stuck it in her boot, and then summon her staff as she gets out of the carriage,
Sounds good.
walking with a staff.
Connie just gets
Just
down.
openly has a hand axe on each hip, as well as her sunblade.
Cool.
Her dagger, though.
The man notices all of you get out, and he says, "I think we might have a challenge on our hands today."
I think you will.
Who's that?
He looks at you all and he says, "Well, we don't really allow teams to enter into these fights, but one of you can join. Who might it be?"
As looks at each of them and just accounting for the last couple of days is like, how about I take this one?
Alright, go right ahead.
She like glances at Connor and tries not to just stare at him, but like, you know, the ghost of the tree blights just passes through her mind.
Go ahead.
mind you, Romanor took a lot of hits. Had a lot of damage. Just saying, and things that are trying to hit him have failed, except for once.
She's asking. Romanor can feel free to argue.
Romanor's not going to argue. He will go with whatever everyone else wants to choose. I'm just saying.
Romanor has throw Romanor into a gladiator fight. He is an oversized bean.
And he's been hit by one twig blight, and that was
now,
like
now
their
that we're,
strongest hit.
Now that we're arguing, let's go ahead and
As just kind of
forward.
I'll take this one, and turns to him. You've got me.
He looks at you and he says, well. All right. And he just kind of turns around and he kind of saunters off, and he's like, "We've got a new one," and the doors kind of swing open to a large crowd that seems to just be rearing for a fight, and then he looks at you and he says, "All right, lady, how strong do you think you are? And don't overstep what you think you can do, because we have some strong things here."
You're giving me a scale, or am I just giving you an estimate?
You're giving me an estimate.
Strong enough to hold my own, and stronger than I look.
Hold your own? Like we're talking bugbear hold your own? Or wyvern hold your own?
Player knows nothing about either of those monsters. So, He shrugs.
Okay, cool.
Because I know nothing.
That's fine.
Connor just kind of like saunters over and just goes, well, she has been able to actually hold her own against many things that we've seen so far here. A small little army of twig blights, and she's managed to save my
Are we
ass.
going to forget the 2 tree blights? I down.
I did not get to that part yet.
Are you talking about the one that hit him into a tree? Or the other one that mopped the floor with him? I couldn't remember which one was that.
Yes.
With who?
Regardless of what, she has actually dealt with those on her own without much help, and also has saved my ass on so far on many occasions. So if you're asking for a scale, I would definitely say better than a bugbear, and half there against the wyvern.
Wyvern it is.
I said
No.
half.
Let's
Don't
And-
I
and
know
he,
for
like-
a fact?
He
Let's
like
go!
pushes Az into the center of the ring, and then they see as you see the floor open up, and you see the crowd go crazy. As if they know exactly what's going to happen. And then you see something shoot out of the ground into the air, and then land on one of the posts that's about 10 feet standing. It's about 10 feet high, and you see what looks like to be a small dragon standing before you. Almost.
I hate this
Ooh.
place because they always go for the damn overkill. Doesn't
No,
matter if you said
She sees
bugbear.
this thing and she smiles, pulls out. I put it to the side. Pulls out her sunblade. Has it and is just like, and she pulls on her shield and just, oh this. She's just rearing for a fight.
Actually, I want everyone to roll initiative.
I was gonna say, while they were talking about, like, while Connor was explaining what she's done, Ven would have tapped her on the back and cast Blur on her.
Okay.
Yes. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. I legitimately know nothing about either of those monsters.
I faced off against the wyvern.
At what level though?
They're 12. 12. Level 12.
Pulls out monster manual.
It
It was 2 of us.
I
and
got you
3 of
guys.
us.
I got you guys. I'm not gonna let.
I'm
her
trading
go.
6. Come on.
It was 3 against 2 people with no healers.
See, that's a problem.
Exactly.
This is 1 against Azurus.
Yeah, I'm not worried about you.
Yeah,
But still.
it's one wyvern. Yeah.
Oh, great. Forward.
Yeah. Sweet.
I'm-
Yeah. So, how this will work is our team here. You guys will not be directly involved in battle, but you will have opportunities to help as via magical means. I will make you roll stealth checks at disadvantage when trying to help her via magical means, if you so choose to do so, or you want to let her fight alone. Doesn't matter to me. And depending on the DC, depending on like whether or not someone notices, she can be disqualified. Does that make sense?
Would the
Don't help
Blur
me.
before she went in the arena?
Doesn't count. I'll give you that one.
Okay.
All right. As with the 19, you are up first, and then we'll start to go in initiative order from there.
Great. Az is going to attack with her sunblade.
All right, cool. You run up to the wyvern, and you attack. Give me an attack.
What's that thing? Hold on, I'm copying the command that David sent earlier. Aha! Because that makes my life a whole lot easier.
You're welcome.
Thank you. $26 and a 20 to hit.
Those both hit.
16 and 14 damage.
Okay,
So
cool.
a total of 30 damage.
You jump up to the wyvern and you swipe down twice, and jumping back 5 feet, you notice that you see an X mark on the wyvern's neck now, and you can see it's already mad at you. It flies up into the air and flies at you, and it's going to make an attack at you.
Do it. Do it now.
Okay, cool. Does a 21 hit?
Not when I use my reaction.
Are you going to use your reaction?
Yes.
Okay, cool. All right, so you use your reaction, and then it's going to swipe down at you again. That is an 18. Does an 18 hit?
Just barely meets beats.
Okay, meets beats. It hits.
Oh wait, does my hold on. My feature, I don't remember if that's only on the turn or until my next. Hold on, I'm gonna check real quick. Defensive duelist. For that attack. Okay, cool. Yeah, so 18 does hit.
And Blur gives a disadvantage to the creature.
Okay, I'll roll again.
Yeah, to all attack rolls, unless it doesn't rely on sight.
Yeah,
If it doesn't rely on sight, it doesn't matter.
It does rely on sight, and it still hits. I rolled higher. So, Ramanor, you had something? Okay, cool. So you take 13 piercing damage, and now I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Cool.
17. Okay, cool. That makes you're good to go. Wait. Oh, never mind. You take 13 poison damage.
Oh, great.
Yep.
It's fun.
All right, cool. Now we're going to go in initiative order. Vin, you are up first, I believe. Do you want to help her out with anything?
And you said it's a stealth check to see.
Yep. So you can choose to cast a spell. Whatever happens, the spell does go off, but you have to make a stealth check before the spell to see if people notice. Or you can choose to forego the stealth check and just fuck the wyvern up, or hit her with some support magic. Doesn't matter to me.
She will just she'll just cast guidance on her. It lasts for a minute, so even if you don't have a spell roll for like at any point next minute, you get the D4.
Does guidance have any somatic or like movements?
Verbal and somatic.
Verbal and somatic. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Give me a stealth check.
Yep.
Was it a disadvantage?
This one was with it. No disadvantage or anything like that. You're sitting in a crowd too, so you pretty much 11. All right, cool. That makes
Cool.
Cool.
And that will be it.
all right. Cool. As you're back up.
So there's no way I could get advantage on this thing, is there? Sneak attack would be so terribly convenient. But that's fine. Totally fine.
I know how
She-
you could, but I am not going to say anything.
That's so unfair. But anyway,
Because I saw the look that Ford gave you. I said, let me not say a word.
I can't use Katai. But anyway. Oh, we're just going to attack again. Oof. 25 and a crit fail.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do 18 damage, and then that second one, I'll say you drop your sun sword on that second attack. So you'll go for an attack, and you'll swing straight through its neck, and then you drop your sun sword on the second attack. It is on the ground about 5 feet in front of you, and the wyvern is standing over you. But, Connor, do you want to do anything, or do you want to let her do her thing for now?
Connor is going to let her do her thing, but he's going to keep an eye on the crowd to make sure that nobody else is trying to sabotage her.
All right, cool. Ramanor, do you want to do anything, or you're just going to let her do her thing?
And let her do her thing.
All right,
He's
cool.
got
So we're
faith.
back up. We're back up to the wyvern, and the wyvern is going to raise its hand and swipe down at you as 21 to hit.
Yeah. I don't have my weapon. I can't raise my AC.
Okay, cool. Let me see. That is 9 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And then second attack, 20 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, cool. 13 slashing damage.
Okay.
All right, cool. So it swipes down twice at you, hitting you, and you're like trying to guard yourself as best you can, and it just continues to hit you super hard. All right, we're back at the top with Vin. Are you going to do anything?
I'm gonna look at Connor. Do you see anything? Are they watching us?
Does Connor see anything?
Give me a perception check.
Okay.
I would say something, but it's just kind of like in this one, you need a perception check. Your passive perception is not going to work. You're overwhelmed with all the people. 24. Oh, I'm sorry, 24. 14. Don't you wish that was a 24?
I really
So you look around and you see people screaming, ah! And you see 2 people on the other side of the ring. One seems to be an older man, and the other one seems to be a younger one. Both seem to be dressed in fairly flamboyant clothing, but they're not cheering. That's all you see. Yeah. As.
Well, then Ven was just asking. That wasn't. She didn't do anything yet. Is the creature 60 feet away?
Just about.
She's gonna look to Connor, and she's gonna look to Romanor. I've got something that'll help her.
I think she's got it. I've got faith.
It's a bit obvious. It's the only problem.
Then don't do it.
So she's just gonna sit back.
Connor, you look up and those 2 are gone.
Well, Connor's gonna tell the 2 of them about those 2 that are missing now.
Cool. All right, Vin, are you doing anything?
Nope.
All right, cool. So Connor, as we switch over to Az's turn, Connor, you notice a shadow. It seems it was almost humanoid, but it goes right over the Coliseum. Az, you're up.
Cool. She's gonna use her action to Mage Hand. It's the invisible. It's in because Rogue, the Arcane Trickster archetype, it's invisible.
We're here.
Snatches the sword as she yeets back 30 feet and then dashes for another. Oh no, wait, that's her bonus action. She's going back 30 feet and then she's bonus actioning the second wind.
Okay.
I'll roll for that in a hot second.
Okay.
Mark it off my sheet. Not bad. So she has her sword now. She's ran back 30 feet and second wind.
All right.
And now she's waiting.
All right, cool. Connor, we're waiting.
Connor's going to wait and see with her, but he's going to see if he can actually find where that shadow went.
Okay, cool. Roll me a perception check.
28.
You know that shadow, without a doubt, has gone behind this Coliseum. Is that it for you?
He's gonna look to the 2 and just say, there was something that jumped over the Coliseum and is now behind it. Should I go for it? See what's going on, or wait?
don't know. What was it doing?
Don't know. It just ran through.
Hold off.
How loud is it currently around us?
It's pretty loud.
It's pretty loud.
People are screaming. There's a person down there fighting a wyvern. It's pretty loud.
No, Connor's not gonna do it yet. Never mind. Nope, that's all he's gonna do for now.
All right, cool. Ramanor.
How far are they from the edge of the like?
You're in the
room?
front row.
And is there like a barricade in front of me that I could lean on, or
There is a small barricade. It's about a 15-foot drop from the front row to the battleground.
he'll just kind of stand up and lean on the edge and watch.
Okay.
And if anything goes bad, she gets real low on health. He may or may not jump down.
Okay. It's the wyvern's turn. As he flies up and flies towards you. Did you dash as an action?
No, I didn't. I'm only the 30 feet.
Okay.
I
cool.
needed my bonus action to second wind.
All right, cool. It doesn't matter. He's got 80 feet flying range. So he's gonna woo right at you. And he's gonna make an attack.
With disadvantage.
Oh, yep. Okay, does a 17 hit?
No.
Okay, cool.
And, or no, I'm not gonna do that yet. No, never mind.
Okay.
Never mind. Just tempted.
Dang, these disadvantages are getting me. I just rolled a natural 20 and an 18.
The 18 will not hit with my reaction.
All right, cool. So you take your reaction. Okay, cool. So the first one that comes up and he like whips his tail at you to try and sting you, and you just jump up over the tail. And then as you jump, he tries to bite down on you, but you duck under and land to the ground. And then we go back up to Vin. Vin, what do you do?
She's gonna look back to Connor. Do you see those men again?
Nope. They're gone.
So she is. Damn it.
I'll say your character is confused as to what to do, and we will move on as. What
Yeah,
are you doing?
she doesn't know what to do.
My turn. Yeah? I have a
Yep.
question. You said I'm right under this thing because I ducked under its mouth, yeah?
You are now directly under it.
Can that give me advantage?
No,
Can I
you cannot sneak attack.
shove? No. Can I shove my mage hand up its nose to distract it and gain advantage?
Sorry, buddy. You can try and hide from it. There are things to hide.
Use your superiority.
Well, that won't give me advantage.
It won't.
That only
try.
adds some extra damage.
You can
So,
try.
here,
You can try
I
and
know
hide
what
from
I'm
it.
gonna- I have things laid out. If that doesn't happen, that's fine. Because she is going to. She's like, fine, no advantage. Because we're gonna break the fourth wall here, and it's just going to make her attacks, and then I have things planned.
All right, cool. Roll your attacks.
My thing turned off, and I was sad. Where's my?
I'm sorry if any of you guys noticed that I am extremely tired. I drove back from Myrtle Beach yesterday and then played a 2-hour show, and then have been nonstop all day today. So here we are.
27 and a 22 to hit, and
Okay.
on one of those, I am going to use my distracting strike, which won't give the whole advantage thing because I'm the only one fighting it, but it adds a d8 to this damage that I'm going to roll.
Okay.
We'll add that to the 11, so that was on the
Okay.
first one. So that's 14 and 12, 26 damage. She is going to action surge and go again.
Heck yeah.
We're just going in on this. Go. No, 14 and another.
14 hits.
So that's that she's going to do the same thing, use another superiority die. Oh, great. Oh, 12. And is going to then try to hide. Is there something I can hide behind or in or under?
There is a fallen shelter behind you to the left, and there is a large rock behind you to the right.
Great. Oh, no, wait, that's a.
Bonus
Oh, yeah,
action.
that's a bonus action. She's going to go hide. She go, new. Would you like me
Alright.
to roll stealth as well or just
Yes,
hide?
please. Roll me a stealth check.
22.
Yep, you hide. You.
She goes,
tracking you.
new. And she turns and she like specifically like puts her sword kind of behind her so it stops glowing real quick.
You make all of these attacks after this wyvern, and you're slashing, and you're realizing something. This wyvern needs to stay out of the air. So you cut holes through both of its wings, and you can see scales have been ripped off from this wyvern, and it's not feeling good. Connor.
Connor would, at this point, look to the pair and say, I hate to do this, but something tells me I need to go out and find that shadow. Will you two be fine?
Take Romano with you, so you're not alone. I'll be fine here.
Sure.
I would rather Romanar stay because I can keep in contact with him. Therefore, you know what's going on with me. He has the amulet. I have the glove. They connect. I hear him in my head. He hears me in his. If I'm in trouble, I will inform him.
Given your past history, are you sure it's the smartest thing for you to be alone?
Probably not.
Romano, protect my sister. I'm coming with you.
Oh, of course.
Alright, so Connor and heads out with Ven to try to find the shadow. Which,
Cool.
should I roll another perception check to kind of see if I see it still, or?
Not yet. Romanor, you're up.
Okay.
You just saw Az give it to this dragon, and this dragon did not touch her.
Okay. That's cool. Alright. Don't have any spells to give her. Unless she's within 30 feet.
You also can't see me. I'm hidden.
He can watch from above and watch where you went.
I am
Okay,
hidden
so-
with a 22 stealth check.
I literally cannot roll that high. He saw where you went, just doesn't know where the hell you ended up.
She's not within 30 feet of you anyway.
Okay, no, let's continue watching, questioning
cool.
where the hell she just disappeared to.
Az, you're up. You're up. Oh no, I'm sorry. The dragon's up. As the dragon is up, you see the tamer come out. He's like, whoa, 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 and then like the dragon like stands down. And is like, you've proven yourself. And he like snaps, and the dragon flies into the hole again. The hole closes itself.
I'm offended.
He looks at you and he says, "We take care of our animals here, thank you." And he opens up the door, and he says, "Go, go. The game master will summon you."
I'm up above. Ah, I can respect that.
She gets up, kind of stretches her sunblade, goes back into the hilt, and walks out.
As you do, you see Connor and Vin sneaking off.
She gonna sneak after them. I've going to
Ramanar,
roll.
are you following?
Can I write
Since
off my
it's
22?
Over, Ramanor will try and find where they went. Did they
Sure.
roll stealth?
No, we're in the crowd.
He will try and follow.
Oh,
Yeah, you ain't getting past Connor's passive. Connor notices you.
you should see her sauntering along behind, just kind of wiping some blood off herself.
Yeah.
So she's caught up with the group.
Yep.
Ven's just going to cast Prestidigitation to help
Cool.
clear off.
Sounds good. So as you guys navigate the crowd, you're going in and out of people. You see people are trying to congratulate Az for defeating the Wyvern. It's like, oh my God, you did a great job. The Game Master would love you. I can't wait until you get to meet him. He's such a great person. And you guys continue to go in and out. You find yourselves behind this place. Behind this Coliseum. You look at the Coliseum and the doors are so tall. You look up and it's built with ornate glass, and on the edges it's lined with gold, and the door seems to be just slightly ajar. You hear something that seems to be it sounds like it's some type of glass, but it doesn't seem like it breaks, but you hear it hit the ground with a large thump, and then it seems to roll around on the ground just for a little bit. You don't know what it is because you can't see into the room, but that's what you hear.
How wide? You said the door's open, right?
Yeah, yeah.
How much is
you
it
could-
open?
Not very. You could push it open to see it or get through it. You don't hear any voices coming from there. It seems to be dead silent at this point.
Connor's gonna look to them all. He's gonna say, Ramanor will tell you what I see. And then he's gonna cast greater invisibility on himself. And then try to sneak into the room and
All right,
see
give
what's
me
going on.
give me a stealth check with advantage.
It'll be a flat one because I get disadvantage due to my armor.
Yeah, good luck. Please be a nat one. No, it's 22.
No.
That's damn good.
12.
I don't know. I can't think today. It's a 12. Yeah, you
Clink,
get in
clink,
there.
clink.
You look around, and you don't see anyone, but what you do see is a porcelain mask with the number 8 on the ground. And as you do, you see a shadow swinging through the air, and as you look up, you see what you would assume to be the 8th mask wielder hanging from a rope from the shafts of this room. He looks to he looks to be completely lifeless, nothing left in him, and his face has gone purple with for lack of air.
Okay. Instantly, Connor's gonna go, shit, they got to him before us. Quickly, come in. And then is it dark inside?
No, you can see fine.
No, I mean, like, is it dim light?
Dim light, yes.
Okay, step of the night,
Uh-huh.
flying up to actually kind of get the body.
Okay, cool. You fly up and you find a wood elf man who has been asphyxiated. This man seems to be no older than 30, but he's an elf, so you have no clue. And
Would I be able to tell how long ago this happened?
few minutes.
Too late for Revivify.
Yeah, but it's not too late for the other one.
Yeah?
Because he has raised dead. Unties.
Why do we want him back?
See who killed him? Probably the 5th.
Unties,
Did-
brings him down.
Real quick, he said that. Did Ramanor usher us inside?
Was he told?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then he rushed in.
The
Mental-
moment Az saw the mask, she picked that thing up so fast and has it gripped in her hand. And is staring up and like, I don't know whether to be relieved or to be more afraid of what killed him first.
Anyway, Connor brings on body. Son of a bitch, I gotta use this. Starts cursing underneath his breath. And then he looks towards Az and goes, "You're gonna hate me for this. I know this now. Before anything else. But I was told that there's a possibility he is not the one that needs to die. So therefore, hate me later. I'm going to do this." Then he starts casting Raise Dead.
Ooh.
An hour long.
An hour. I'm unfamiliar. Can you please remind me what Raise Dead specifically does? Is this
Turn a
a
dead
spell?
creature to you turn a dead creature you touch to life, provided that it has been dead no longer than 10 days. The creature's soul is
There it
both
goes.
willing and at liberty to rejoin the body. The creature returns to life with 1 hit point. This spell also neutralizes any poisons and cures non-magical diseases that affect
It's in
the
the
creature
chat.
at the time it died.
I'm looking. Yeah. You hear him take a breath. His eyes open, and his eyes fill with tears.
Az has her sunblade at his throat.
He looks at you all and he says, "I know it wasn't you." And that's where the game will end for the night.
Good!
Ooh.
Oh. Okay.
You just love to torture us.
All right, bye guys. Yeah. Join us next week for some craziness.
Some more craziness.
More craziness.
More of it.
Thanks for showing up, guys. I'm real
Bye.
happy that you guys are here and that you guys wanted to tune into our game. And yeah, we love this, and it's just a lot of fun. I'm a dungeon master by profession, so like I love doing this. It's a lot of fun. And I love I get to do this with these guys. Yeah. I wanted to play this campaign for a long time, so I'm happy that they're here. And I hope you guys tune in next week.
See you guys.
See ya.
Enjoy
Later.
some milk.